internet, Yuki here with more Necken updates. I do have a lot of things to talk about, but I won't mention them all. I will just mention a couple of them briefly. And first off, I'm using another computer, which means that I will have I don't have my face on the cam while recording, which is disturbing, and also other difficulties. But I think it's better because I think I can make this into a full screen demo instead of showing you my editor in Unity. All right, first off, I already said that, so well, never mind. I have been working with the UI a bit, and the UI includes stuff like pop-up, and the pop-up is pretty much this. Oh, my eye. Oh, there we go. Ooh, good stuff. So these kind of pop-ups that will show you, well, just tile specific information. I rebuilt them from scratch and made them look just like the old ones, but I'm not really satisfied because after doing a lot of playtesting, I think the common issue is information, like conveying information to the player about the game and how the game works and stuff like that. And I'm aware of that problem, and I've been aware of that problem since pretty much the start, but I've ignored it because I always thought that it doesn't matter because the playtesters will test the game mechanics and nothing else. But it is getting harder to test the game mechanics fully when the game is, well, pretty bad on the information department. So there are a couple of different things I could show you, but I'm not really sure if they make any sense. And I think the biggest issue is the weapon switch menu right now, and that is kind of bad. I need to rebuild that as well. And I also need to get the combat system a bit better. Until now, you've had 3 moves for each round. So I input 3 moves, and then the game plays out the round and stuff like that. But I changed that to 1, and the UI doesn't reflect this. So the UI does not reflect the one thing at all right now. So that needs to be fixed, of course. I added a couple of new places, and I wanted to show them. The first one is here behind the angry boar, and ignore those pop-ups because they are broken. So this place is a tent where you can gamble. So walk up to the tent and you see the cost. So the cost is 2 wood for now, and then you get a random resource each time you do this, and it also gets more expensive for each time you gamble. So this is a great opportunity to get some valuable resources, and let's see if we can get some more resources here. Yeah, some iron, good stuff. So you can gamble and hopefully get stuff that you will need. And the other one is over here, I think. Just kill this guy. Here we go. So we have a super angry boar, and this is the wagon, and the wagon is pretty much like the house. The house is giving you 1 random resource, and the wagon is giving you like a couple of random resources, and most of the time I pick them up right now, or actually I didn't. Oh, here's another wagon. Cool. I didn't see that one. That's actually the one I wanted to show you. So here's another wagon, and it has a lot more resources close by. So it's pretty much like an upgraded house with a lot of resources from when you actually gather from the tile itself, but it also contains a couple of more resources nearby, just like I said. I'm not sure why I'm repeating myself. Something else that I added was more crafting. So previously you could craft, I think it was like 3 swords and 3 shields, maybe, I think. But right now you can craft more stuff. So you can craft up to tier 6. The tier is pretty much internal, so you can't really see that this is a tier 6 sword, but you can craft 1 item for each tier. And there are also, like, I added I think it was like 20 new weapons as well. So there are varieties of the weapons, so you can find these in chests and stuff like that, but you can also find some of the other random new items. And I'm pretty sure I found a chest here somewhere. Maybe I didn't. So let's try to find a chest. For some reason, I don't know why, but it's always fun to open a chest, right? And oh shit! So need to craft a new sword. Need to get some more wood and not die, so that we can find. There we go. So come on. All right. So luckily a new sword. So this menu shows what you're currently equipped, what is currently equipped, and also the new item on the ground, so you can see that. But right now I didn't really have any swords, so god, there's a shit ton of enemies. So I really need to lower the amount of enemies, because this is way too much. So yeah, I need to lower the amount of enemies as well. I did spend some more time with the lighting, and as you can see here, there's some kind of, I don't know, god ray thing that you can see. There's also a couple of particle effects on the brightest part of the god ray. So I really like this, and I really thought that it would be fun, or really nice to look at rather, with just some more lighting effects. And I think that this adds a lot to the game, just in terms of atmosphere and stuff like that. So this is just a couple of sprites, a couple of god ray sprites that are shifting their alpha values, and also a super simple particle effect at the end of it. And I did like this. I'm not sure, I haven't really decided whether it's just random dust particles or some stuff, or if they're actually flies, but I did like it, so I added some more. As you can see here on the right side, you can see some of them, and also on the top and the left side of the screen, pretty much everywhere. Now that I think of it, just some small green particles, and I think that adds a lot of life to the game. Everything is super static in the game right now. There are no animations and stuff like that, other than stuff moving, like the boar moving at the bottom part of the screen right now. But I think it adds a lot of life, and I need to add more stuff like this as well. And the thing that I like most about it, I'm not sure if you can see that because they're super small, but it actually moves in 3D space. So the small green particles are moving in 3D, and these guys down here, they do not. So these are 2-dimensional particles, and these are 3-dimensional particles. And I don't know, I just liked it, so I added it. So as you discover the level, you discover new tiles, and previously they didn't have like it wasn't super obvious if a tile was discovered or not. So because the undiscovered tiles were just as you can see on the tiles with the question marks, the same tile with some alpha and some opacity. Yeah, some opacity. And it was hard to identify them, so I added question marks, and I think that adds a lot to the game, and the question marks also turns into exclamation marks, exclamation points, depending on what word you want to use. So they turn into red exclamation points at they turn red when you discover enough tiles to spawn enemies. So when I discover 2 more tiles right now, some of them will turn red, like on the top. I'm not sure if you can see it, but some of them turn red. That represents that enemies spawned there, so you know where enemies were spawning. And I think that is kind of useful for just identifying, okay, where are they, and stuff like that. So we added a new resource to the game as well, leather, that you can only get from random loot and by killing enemies. So when you kill an enemy, you have a chance to get some leather. I didn't get any, so let's see if we're lucky. No? Okay. God damn. There we go. So I got some leather, and leather is used for upgrading your armor or your body or health or whatever you want to call it. So you get more total health points for your heart, which well, is your life basically. So when that is down to 0, you die. So you kind of want to make sure that it doesn't happen. So let's just grab some more leather. Hopefully you can get some, and then come on. God. All right, there we go. And now we can upgrade to the pelt armor. So yeah, so we won't die. I added a couple of new things for this version, and I think it's a lot better than the previous one that I showed. And I've been playtesting this version a lot with the help of a couple of friends, and I got a really long to-do list that I need to complete. And after that, I will hopefully have a much better game. So that's good stuff. And I did make this video quite differently than I usually do my videos, and I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I just wanted to try a couple of new things for the video editing or video making thing as well. So thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe, and hopefully I will see you again next time. Goodbye.